This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, I had a dream last night, and it was just, like, all over the place. But at one point, I suddenly realized I was dreaming and that I was in control. Did I start flying? No. Did I turn the entire dream into a giant orgy? No. You know what my nerdy fucking ass did? I gave myself a full set of purple gear at item level 500 with a legendary staff that's never existed in the game. Fuck, man.
Thrall's balls! They're everywhere!
Thrall's Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, and Wooly. Ooh, what's up, swingaz, from the TBHQ in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin. Hold on. Music. Forgot the music. From the TBHQ in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thrall's Balls, episode 122. I'm Wooly, the foul-mouthed fucking destro lock, and here with me are Gershom, the sassy-ass hunter, slash destro lock, and Bentolas, our resident raw-mogging aug-voker. Hi, guys.
What up, swingers?
What's up, swingers?
On today's show, Sindragosa showing up in mixed drink form. I'm going to give you two a hint about this well ahead of time. In the game, we see her as, like, with the colors more like a white, gray, and blue. I went a different way. I have tried to mimic the color of the undead magic from Maldraxxus. So you can use the show during the time to try to think of what I might have done. Anyway. What's up?
I was just gonna say that totally kills my guess, and I'm probably just gonna go with my original guess because I suck at thinking on my ass.
I think on my ass all the time.
I think on my head. Is that weird?
No,
I don't know.
No, that's thinking with my ass. My bad. Anyway, it's also time to put the spotlight on the Thorignir storm dragons and the Netherwing dragons in our trivia section, because I've come to realize I fucking love the Netherwing, you guys. Anyway, what have we been up to in WoW? I guess I can start, unless someone else wants to.
You can go
I
first.
actually had. Well, you can go ahead. It's fine.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Gershom, you had a joke to tell us.
It's fine. We can do what have you been up to now. It's fine.
All right, we'll do the joke after that then. What I've been up to is, like I mentioned last week, I've sort of abandoned my whole self-buff thing because there's a lot going on in my life. So I have actually been playing the shit out of my warlock. Right now he's a Draenei warlock on Proudmoore, and believe it or not, I'm not running the Minari skin anymore. It clashed with the transmog I wanted to use, so I realized I was behind on a lot of things with him. I didn't even have the Netherlord title from Legion, so I went back and did that. And bear in mind, this is the second oldest character on my account, so for a long time I was not playing him. So it was an entirely different warlock I was playing in Legion. So went back, got the Netherlord title. What was the other thing I caught up on? I don't remember, but it was something. And that was basically it that I've done. I didn't do a whole lot else. How about you guys?
Sorry, I guess I can go, maybe? I don't know. So I wanted to ask you guys a funny question. Is this kind of based on the cold open? So Wooly, I guess, is this the first time you've ever had a dream about WoW? And Ben, have you ever had a dream about WoW? And the only reason I'm asking this is because I've been dying for like years, probably. How many years have we been? We're on like 3 years in April, I think we've been recording together. I have wanted to make this a question of the week for a very long time. Have you ever had a dream about WoW? Wooly, you just admitted you have. Ben, have you?
I'm gonna say I have subliminally dreamed about it. I just can't specifically remember like a specific time I dreamed about it, but I know for sure that it's been in my dreams at some point.
You were like on Azeroth or something, like something weird was going on, like it was in your subconscious. I had a dream. So I had a dream once, way back in vanilla, that I did not know what it was. So I was a night elf, which is weird because I'd never played a night elf, but of course I'd seen like a ton of them because it was classic and everyone was playing night elves. And so I had a dream that I was this night elf hiding in a house that was like mysteriously set on fire, and there were all these like infernals running around, and I was like, what is going on? And I was just like, whatever, like, and it was so vivid that I can still like see this dream in my head. And then like fast forward to like right now, like I don't know, like 17 years later or whatever, just a couple of years ago, and I read the War of the Ancients, and I was like, holy shit, I think I dreamed about the War of the Ancients before I knew what it was. I literally dreamed I was a night elf in a burning house with like infernals running around. So I don't know what the fuck that was. It was so weird though. I've always wanted to ask you guys that question.
Maybe it took place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe it was in Richard Knackland.
I just had an idea. Okay, so the theory of infinite probability states that for every teeny tiny possibility, there is a separate universe where that possibility happened. Like, and there's infinite numbers. So like, there's a universe where I pick up my phone right now. There's a universe where I didn't pick up my phone right now. There's a universe where I said which I did. There's a universe, this one, where I don't say which I did. Point is, there could theoretically be a universe out there, and it might even be this one, where all the Azeroth stuff is real, but has invaded the minds of the Blizzard people, and they made the video game. So Azeroth
we're
could
running
theoretically
around in an Azeroth matrix. Sort of. Yeah. I don't know. It's possible.
Azeroth. Anyway, what have you been doing in the game?
Okay, so spoiler alert, my sub ran out on like Friday, which was super lame because I totally jumped on Friday, and I was like, yeah, I'm sober as fuck, guys. By the way, any silliness you hear is totally just me being silly and weird. I've been sober since before the new year, so money and whatever else. It's a good call. So no weed, no alcohol, no nothing. Jumped on Friday. I was like, yeah, I got WoW. That's cool. Sub expired. So, anyways, before I know, so lame. So, but I had some fun. So before my sub expired, I did manage to get my vaults and stuff, whatever, and then went to the trading post, which, like, to be honest, kind of hot garbage. I got the scarab mount. I know we went over what was on there. So like, I got the scarab mount. That was kind of all I can afford. So I know like your points, your tendies like roll over. Mine don't, because I'm always like buying the mogs and the mounts and stuff. So I didn't have a whole lot. And then I had a little bit left. And I ended up buying for the first time one of the sets that's like the cape and the hood. I used to always say I didn't like the hood, but part of what I did without a sub is I was playing a Vulpera, which I'll get to. Anyways, the hood looks best on the Vulpera. I don't know if it's because they're desert people or what, but the hood is just very flattering on them. So I ended up buying like the yellow hood, and I might just buy more of the hood sets just because if I'm going to play a Vulpera, those do look pretty rad. So let's see.
They don't have a head of hair either, so that actually, you don't even have to worry about clipping their hair. They just kind of look like little dogs. Like if you've ever taken like a pet dog, Bent, you live in Texas, so this doesn't matter. But like when I put like my dog's hoodie on and I put the hood over his little button ears, it just looks really cute. You got like the dog snout sticking out, and it's just
I know what you're saying, because we do have.
It's an aesthetic. Yeah, it's an aesthetic. Like a dog in a hood looks really cute. So, so the Vulperas look pretty cute in a hood. Anyways, so you guys remember Willis, the wannabe Fury Warrior?
Willis.
Remember?
Yep.
I remember Willis. Anyway, he's a hunter now because, I didn't have a sub, so I re-rolled him. Willis. He's a hunter. I got him to 20 in like 5 hours of playtime over the course of like 2 days because that's all the time I had. And also both his pets are named Osimo. because, you know, fuck it. I was too busy to think of anything else. So I named both his pets Osimo. He's running around with two black boars named Osimo. Yeah. And, and because I don't play a lot of alts, I like never did this before, but I had totally forgotten about heirlooms, and I'm like, wait, actually the tooltip reminded me. They're like, don't forget, you have all this cool shit that you bought, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have all this cool shit that I bought. So I went and I did all the heirlooms, and so I was rolling around at like eye level like 40 when I was like level 2, and just literally walking up to stuff and looking at it, and it would fall over. Like I didn't even have to shoot it. So kind of a power level. I know why people say like, oh, when you're doing real power leveling, you can't use heirlooms. Now I know why, because they're OP as fuck. And then to get back to the Vulpera thing, I was just gonna say, also remember Uwu for you. Uwu for you. Made my Vulpera Uwu for you once I got Willis to 20. And she was 10, she's like 12 now. I just did that like a little bit last night. I had to turn off the Vulpera voice though, so there's a special way to turn off specifically error messages. If you go to your audio and your chat and all those things, there's literally a box for error messages, and like that's what I had to unclick, because every time that like, I don't have a target, that's too far away, and I was just like, oh my god, it was fucking getting on my nerves. So other than that, I mean, the Vulpera are pretty cool, I guess. They look cool in hoods, but their voices are annoying. And I'm taking her through Legion again, because I mean, why the fuck not? It's honestly probably my favorite expansion. I used to say it was Wrath, but I think Legion's pretty fucking good. And I did post about this on my Twitter, but that whole like Broken Shore thing, they're like, do you want to skip Broken Shore? And I was like, no, I don't want to skip the Broken Shore. I want to see the whole fucking thing over again. So like, just that scene when like Varian jumps off the ship and he's like, give this to my son, and Gen gives him the dad nod. He's like, yeah, your son, whatever, male bonding. And then Varian jumps down and he stabs the guy, and then he lands right in front of Gul'dan. And my oldest daughter, she was like, Mom, why'd he do that? Why didn't he just grab Varian's hand? Why didn't he just grab Gen's hand? I don't understand. And I'm like, he had something to do. Like, he knew he was gonna die. So he jumps down there and he fucking charges Gul'dan and he rips Charlemagne apart. I was in my chair. I was like, oh my God, I was freaking out. So that was fun to watch over again. I don't give a fuck if you're Horde, your Alliance. That shit was badass, dude. He rips Charlemagne in two and he goes after Gul'dan, and I was just like, oh my goodness, so good. Yeah, I'm a little ADD right now because of no alcohol and no pot, so super chattery, but I think that's what I did. Yup.
How about Bent?
You know, just the same old shit. So I actually nerded out really hard this week. I wasn't feeling well, so I used 2 sick days and at work, and there's like the event where you do like 4 mythic zeros for a heroic piece. I took like every character through mythic plus, and yeah, so I have a vault for all my characters, all 13. I did the math. It's like 52 keys I did.
Dude, that's
holy
rad
shit,
as fuck.
Dude.
That's so hard.
So that's basically it. Oh, and in Collect the Company, Thursday night, we killed Smolderon and Tindril back to back in a
Nice.
prog. So next week we will be on the final count on FR Rock, and hopefully we'll down him in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I miss raiding with Collected Company, but there's shit I gotta take care of. Glad to hear you're getting there. All right. I want to hear a joke.
Oh shit, the joke. I forgot I was supposed to tell the joke. Okay, so this one particular day, Bane Bloodhoof wakes up and he doesn't feel very good. So he goes to the doctor. He goes to the first aid camp over there, you know. He jumps in, he jumps up on the table, and the doc says, well, what's going on? And he goes, I don't know how to explain it. Like something's wrong with my feet. And the doctor says, what? And Bane says, yeah, something's wrong with my feet. And the doctor says, that's really surprising that you even noticed anything's wrong with your feet, because you just sat on your ass in Ouroboros for 2 years. That's not the joke. That's not the joke.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's more, but that was funny that the doctor said that, right? And so the doctor says, well, let me take a look. So, you know, Bane doesn't have to take off his boots because Taurens don't wear boots or something. They got beast feet. So Doctor starts looking and he goes, "Oh, I know what's wrong with your feet. Isn't, no big deal." And Bane goes, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "It's simple. You lack toes."
Oh my God. God damn it.
You just get it?
Yeah.
I stole that
Jesus
joke, by the
Christ.
way. I'm a joke thief. I have to give shout out to RP Govan from Third Faction Show for that. He didn't frame it up as Bane. He just told this funny one-liner like, "What's wrong with cows' feet? They lactose." And I turned it into the Bane joke. But yeah, he says, "Nothing. I know what's wrong with your feet. You lactose."
Oh my goodness. I like that. I really like that. All right.
Jay
well,
would probably like that too. It's pretty funny.
let's move on into WoW news.
Time for WoW News, motherfuckers.
All right. So we have a release date for 10.2.5. It is coming out January 16th. So that is 9 days from the day we are recording. So we're recording the 7th. I believe that's NA. So probably the next day, EU and all those other places. Sorry, everybody. That blows for you. So what's coming in this is we have dragon riding opens up worldwide. Remember, that's only with your dragon riding mounts. We don't have dynamic flight on all our other mounts until the War Within. And these, when you're in the old world, move at 80% of the max speed compared to the Dragon Isles. But from watching Mr. GM's videos on it, he says you don't even really notice it. So I think I'm okay with it. The zones are mostly smaller unless we're talking fucking Hellfire Peninsula. That place is enormous. But whatevs, who goes there anymore anyway? Am I right? Or am I right? Also coming in the patch is Azerothian Archives. I still don't really know what that's about, but everything I've looked at says it's basically some type of world event with cosmetic only stuff, so I'm probably going to completely skip it. We are reclaiming Gilneas. I'm excited to see what happens with that, because even though I'm for the Horde and all that, I do think the Worgen are badass, and I want to see them take their city back. It would be dope. We are getting Dragonflight follower dungeons, so if you are a solo player, rejoice, you can go through. They're only normal difficulty though, remember. There is coming epilogues for the Dragon Isles, which I wonder what that even means. Are we going to be getting some badass cinematics? Because I really hope so.
Do you think Malfurion's gonna come back, Ben? Now that Ysera yeeted herself off, Malfurion has to come back, right? I know you're excited for that. You gonna cream your jeans when Malfurion comes back?
Bent had to step away for a moment,
I'm
actually.
back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. What were we talking about?
I was asking you how excited you are for Malfurion to come back, if that's one of the epilogues, the Dragonflight epilogues.
I mean,
Ysera, right? So, like, where's Malfurion? He's probably waiting for Tyrande to come rescue him.
I'm hoping we kill him. That's
I don't
all.
think that's gonna happen.
He's the final boss. Surprise! There is a 4th raid. It's just
Let him
Malfurion.
come back so angry. I could like make the alliance the bad guys. Make him like lead this like rebel. Him and like Tyrallion could lead this like rebel alliance thing that tries to blow up the Horde for what they did to the tree. And Tyrande is the one that like puts him down, and then she fucks Illidan.
That would actually, minus the
On his
fucking
dead
Illidan
body,
part.
On his dead body, she's like, look at all this hair. It's
Well,
so
you know,
soft.
Illidan's still around. It'd be a great way to bring Illidan back. It would probably instantly make, regardless of how good the game is, would instantly make the X-Pack one of the most highly selling ones. And
You
imagine
can't
if they
bring-
keep it a surprise, like you just don't know until like you just
Well,
play
like
the game.
the midnight thing, everyone's already talking about. Like, I know Quel'Thalas is like blood elves and stuff, but that whole like stealing water from original Night Wells was sort of Illidan's dizzy, right? Wasn't he the first one to write that song about stealing water and starting other wells and other places and shit? I don't know. Like, he could. They could work
I
in
think
there.
so, but that was really more of an insurance policy than it was about stealing it. Also, you can't bring
Yeah.
Illidan back as much as I love Illidan, because then who the fuck is going to be keeping Sargeras in check?
Well, about Sargeras
Sargeras?
becomes a good guy because they're going to be fighting the Void Lords, which was his ultimate enemy all along. Maybe now he sees that, wait a minute, maybe not burning the whole universe down is a good idea, that we can fight these people. I
Azeroth
can
is
see
the
that
real
happening.
bad guy. I'm starting to I'm gonna be one of the early ones to get on this train and say Azeroth is a baddie. I don't know why. I'm just really buying into this. You guys have heard this stuff, or like the enchanting voices and the songs and stuff. So like way back in the cinematic, it showed like a bunch of people like hearing those voices. Like Thrall heard it and he was like, "Oh, that's weird." And then it showed Illyria hear the voice, and she almost doubled over and like vomited with a migraine in the middle of Stormwind. And like she's in tune to the void, so like why is Azeroth's voice like making her just almost deathly sick? I don't know. It's just weird. There's a whole lot of other things, and I am not a lore master by any stretch. I have the title, but not really. But like, I don't know. Just I'm kind of one of the early passengers on this train that I think Azeroth maybe, I don't know. Not that Sargeras had the right idea or anything, but there's just so many places they could go with this. I'm sorry, this is weird.
I don't think Azeroth is a baddie because a real life reason. If they did that, they would piss off everybody. So I don't think that's gonna happen.
You guys seen that meme going around that's like piss off a fan base with one sentence? Be like, Azeroth is the bad guy. Yeah, that's what would
Yeah, I
happen.
don't think they could do that. It's too predictable, and they've shown they're not nuanced enough to pull it off correctly. Because it just goes back, like, just like, once again, like, Azeroth just shows up and all of a sudden she's evil. Like, it's just lazy. Like, you need to develop that.
Yeah. Also, I've been thinking about it, and I don't think the voice calling out is Azeroth. I think it's Xalatath, and she wants everybody to think it's Azeroth for some reason or another.
That could be why Illyria's freaking out, because it's a void voice talking to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. I'm just a super excited geek gamer girl who doesn't know a whole lot, so, you know.
I've also been thinking ahead a lot to Midnight and The Last Titan. Specifically, the title The Last Titan. What the fuck does that mean? Are they saying The Last Titan to awaken? Are all the other Titans going to die? Would that include Sargeras? We already thought the Titans were dead once, and then boom, they showed up again. So what the fuck is going on there?
And then dude sat there and his Dan got all depressed or something because he thought all the Titans had abandoned him. Yeah, I don't know. It's also like, what does the war within mean? It's the war within Azeroth. It's the war within ourselves. Yeah, they're kind of doing
war within Anduin.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see in 6 years, I guess. I don't know.
Speaking of, why the fuck did the Titans just sit there and watch us fight Argus? They barely helped at all. They could have stepped in and just stomped him. What the fuck, guys? Oh, the Titans aren't good guys. They're the baddies. Whatever. All right, so we got away from the original topic, but that is totally awesome because I love nerding out about this game. So Dragon Isle's epilogues coming in, and that's where we spun off into butt-ramming Malfurion, which I was going to say earlier, if Malfurion came back and he was suddenly a Druid of the Flame or something, if they explained why, I think that would actually be good storytelling, especially if Tyranda's like, no, this is wrong, because she totally would have been on board with him spanking the Horde before. Anyway, Troll and Draenei customizations are coming as well, which don't even really look all that new, but whatevs. We have new hair colors for the trolls, but no beards. People want troll beards, and they're not getting them for some reason.
It's really weird because Vol'jin had a beard. Like, why can't we have
trolls
beards?
have beards.
I thought they did.
Not playable.
Ah,
Not playable,
weird.
trolls.
They do have
It's
some
weird.
big ass long chins, dude. Some beards would look good on that face. I never even realized
Hell
you couldn't
yeah.
have a beard. Anyways, sorry.
So these hair colors are just variants of what we already have. There is a different shade of blue, green, violet, yellow, even a dark brown. And of all those, I think the dark brown is the most different to what we've already had. So this doesn't really seem like a lot to me, but it's something. And then for Draenei, there is a new skin tone. It's that dark purple gray. It originally was found alongside the red Minari skin and then wasn't implemented for whatever reason. So that's coming. 10.25. I actually might make that my Draenei skin until I've decided that when I can get a job, my reward to myself is going to be bringing my warlock to Thrall and making him horde. So until that time, he is what he is. Speaking of warlocks, there are customizations coming for them too, because fuck yeah, bro. There is a tyrant demon. It just kind of looks like a super beefed up Eridar with spikes and shit, and it's got tons of different skin tones too, and I'm not going to go over what they all are because there were a lot of them, and the different colors on them there were a lot for each one, so that's cool. I think that might be a demonology demon, so I'm probably not going to see it a lot. I play destro. Same with the dark glare. There are 11 different looks, and among those include the old Watcher kind of looks. It's got one with like the singular eye, and it looks like it might puke on you, and the others with several eyes. Yeah, so have fun with that. The new high-res stuff looks badass, though. There is a pale gray one with a purple eye, purple with green eye, sickly teal with a cyan eye, brown with a yellow eye, gray with orange. Gray with orange. They all look really cool. So rejoice, warlocks. We've been getting so much stuff given to us, and I could not be happier. More warlock stuff, please. Can we have a variant of the warlock legion mount that is not purple, green, or orange, but black? Because that would be cool. Anyway, I'm nerding out too hard. Moving ahead, and this is the last piece of news here. Wrath of the Lich King Classic has a release date for Ruby Sanctum. That was the last raid of Wrath of the Lich King, although most of us consider Ice Crown Citadel the last raid, because I remember at the time being surprised they were even releasing this, and it was kind of a holdover raid between Wrath and Cataclysm, which didn't hold us over very long at all, and then we were just sat there waiting. So you
got a mount from that back in the day. I don't know if in Classic do they still do mounts. I don't know how that works, but there was a mount in there.
I'm sure. What was the mount?
It was called the black. I think it was just called the Black Drake, but it's like black and orange. I'll look it up right now and post a screenshot of it, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Black Drake, and it's like black and I don't know. I just said that twice, but yeah, I'll put a picture of it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that, but it has one boss, so you can sort of think of it as like Obsidian Sanctum, where there was Sartharian, and you could get the Black Drake or the Twilight Drake in there.
That's the one that gives you the mount. That's the one that gives you the mount. The Sartharian. Yeah, that's the mount I was thinking of. Okay, my bad. No need for the picture.
To be fair, they're very similar raids. Like,
yeah, you just drop in there and you run around the area and kill a bunch of trash, and then you run up to the boss. Wasn't there like 3 or 4 of them? I don't know. I can't remember.
So
but they're just doing one for now.
In Obsidian Sanctum, there were 3 mini bosses and then Sartharian in the middle. I don't remember if there were mini bosses in Ruby Sanctum. I just remember Hallion, the big old Twilight Dragon, and just, I don't know. Have fun with that, I guess. Classic players if you want it, but it's not gonna last you very long. When is Cataclysm coming anyway? Cataclassic.
They said
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
I don't know. I have to look at the roadmap. Maybe
quarter
like
one. Quarter 4.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'm
oh boy.
I forgot. You guys, you can. Oh, there's nothing on the. Oh, here it goes. Hold on. You guys can talk. I'll look it up.
August 31st.
There you go.
So that's quite a ways out. So, classic players, I guess you can tide yourself over with Season of Discovery. I hear really good things there. I keep meaning to go into it.
So that's going to be lasting classic players till right about before we're getting ready for War Within then, because that's supposed to be late summer, which I'm sure it'll release on like September like 19th or something, you know, because fall's September 21st, so it's going to be like late summer probably, but neat.
You know, Collected Company has a Season of Discovery guild that people have been playing in. Ben, do you know, are people doing Season of Discovery raids in Collected Company?
Oh yeah, I think they had like 3 days they to go and do it.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
they go hard.
A whole squad. Yeah, I think they still pug a few spots, but there's like a good solid like 6, 7, 8 of them. Honestly,
I was looking at the Discord. There are more names under the section of classic players than of retail. It's crazy.
That makes sense. I mean, a lot of the guys playing you know, there's a lot of crossover, but there are specific people for, you know.
Man, I don't engage with the guild nearly as much as I wish I did. I fucking love that guild. Been there since the beginning. Hell yeah. All right, let's move to everybody's favorite section of the show, the mixed drink of the week.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any dumb shit that may befall you as a result of your own dumb shit decisions. Alright, so we have been going through various draconic leaders, and we are on the last rotation here. So this is my last dragon drink before we move on to the heritage drinks. So I have Sindragosa, and as I said at the top of the show, I was going for more of the color of the death magic from Maldraxxus, because that was, it's sort of a retcon, isn't it, that they said that's where all the death magic comes from, but domination magic is blue, so I guess whatever. Either way, that's the color I went for, that like sort of dark teal. What do you guys think is in the Sindragosa drink?
I'll go first. I think it's the Gatorade that's like that lightish blue. It's like frosty. You're gonna have some vodka in there. You're definitely going to have blue curacao, and you're gonna put you're gonna do like a gummy straw that's inedible.
I forgot to also mention that even though all my dragon drinks so far have included the ganj in some way, shape, or form, this one doesn't, because I can't smoke in the house because my wife is pregnant and I don't have any more edibles and I'm broke. Also, I will say you got exactly one ingredient correct. Gershom, what do you think?
Okay, so we have a lot of things, so a little bit of a crossover here. So I went with the white Mountain Dew. Oh, hey, can anyone remind us, in case there's any new listeners, what happens if you say the flavor of the Gatorade?
You're a cop.
You're a cop. Yep, that's why we say the colors. Okay, white Mountain Dew, vodka for strength, a little bit of blue curacao. See, I did the same thing. I'm gonna say a little bit of Jaeger for the dirty, and then to make it, this is where it gets Sindragosa-y. I think a few drops of bitters in there, some salt on the rim, because she's just all over the place with her emotions. And then I think as a finale, you're gonna drop in a little piece of dried ice and let it dissolve, because it like kind of dissolves and lets off that little bit of smoke, and I think that would be symbolic of Sindragosa's body like decaying away and sort of like going off to wherever, Ice Crown, I guess. She's so, man, I hated that. I hated it. I felt like crying the first like 10 times I killed her. It was so sad. I hated it. Anyways, yeah. So blue curacao, vodka, inside white Mountain Dew, bitter, salt on the rim, drop of dried ice. That's me.
I wish I had done it the way you just described, because it's so much better than what I have. Gershom, you were closer, but you both guessed only one ingredient correctly. The reason you were closer is because you said white Mountain Dew. It's a different kind of Mountain Dew. It's just normal Mountain Dew. So this is actually very simple. It's one shot of the black rum. The black rum sort of symbolizes the death part of it. One shot blue curacao to try to get that color. And also, I know I had said this fully only represents the undead version of her, but she was once a blue dragon, so that fits there. So between the one shot of black rum, the one shot of blue curacao, and the Mountain Dew, it actually perfectly came out to that Maldraxxus death magic color. So if y'all would be so kind as to send me off.
Over the lips.
The lips with the gun.
Here it comes. Look out, asshole.
Hell yeah. And I confess that I've been sipping it here and there throughout the show, and it's really good. You don't taste the alcohol, like, at all.
That's
and
the scary kind. Those are the kinds that get up on you.
Unless I just didn't, like, stir it well enough, but I've been kind of swirling it here and there. I forgot to bring a stirring device. Anyway, so that was my last dragon for this dragon series. Bentolas, you are up next week, and you are going to bring us Mordenaku. That is the son of Neltharaku, who we previously called Neltharaku Jr. because we couldn't remember his fucking name. And he's also the... I don't know why when we go with Rathian and Viranoth to talk to the Netherwing, I don't know why we're talking to Mordenaku and not Neltharaku. Is he dead or something? I don't know. But he is the one who you see in the Emerald Dream when he and the Nether Dragons show up to be like, oh, this could be cool. So yeah, Mordenaku. You up for that?
I'm Googling him right now.
There you go. All right. Well, while you're doing that,
yeah, he should be easy.
Oh yeah. While you're swirling around your primordial thoughts of what goes in that drink, we can move on to our question of the week.
Question of the week.
All right. So it's the question of the week, and last week Gershom wanted to know, what has been your favorite part of Dragonflight? We got one very smart-ass answer from Aaron, but it's Aaron, so I wouldn't really expect anything different. He said, the Covenant system, dickhead. Yeah,
Tell him
we love you, Aaron.
I'll covenant that ass, Aaron. Quit with the sarcastic bullshit.
Yeah, keep that up. I'll steal your tomato and put it on someone else's burger.
Oh, that's the ultimate punishment.
You want to read Drastio's?
Yeah, Drastio says, it's dragon riding. I think this was a lot of people said this, but from 0 to 100 in 2 pushes of my 1 button, still hit the space bar twice when I'm in org, ha ha ha. Drastio, I still do the same thing all the fucking time. I come out of the little tunnel and I'm like donk, and then I'm just like, oh, I don't need to do that. So yeah, I do that all the time too.
I feel like a lot of people probably do that. Ben, you want to read Hoax?
Hoax says, I really like the talent tree rework. I know most people just import whatever is on Wowhead or Icy Veins, myself included, but I think now more than ever there are opportunities for some really interesting builds for different play styles. I think they did alright with the talent tree rework. I think one thing I don't like is sometimes with the tiered set design, they kind of force people into towns they may not want to play.
Well, I mean, it was sort of always like that before the Panda Land talents. There's always the meta. There's always going to be the most effective tools available. But, yeah.
You know what I think about that, though, is interesting, because, like, I mostly just obviously, like, play hunters, except for, like, 1 or 2 things here and there. And so, like, you know, I was running one of my other hunters the other day, and I started going through the talent tree, and I'm like, I should just, you know, copy and paste Gershom's over, like, whatever. And I started going through it anyways, and I just started looking at it instead of doing like any kind of copy and paste or copying Gershom exactly. I ended up getting all the way, whatever hunter I was on, I ended up getting all the way down to where you can pick between, and this is like a big one for us, is like Death Chakram or Stampede. And so like Gershom always went with the Death Chakram. I just liked it. Like he's a Necrolord. I have the Necrolord logo as like a fine art print on my wall. It really connected to me, and I'm like, cool. But then I'm like, Stampede. I started thinking about our friend, you know, Nick Z from over on like the Torn and the Goblin and stuff. And we were always joking around about Stampede and how cool would it be if it was your whole stable? And I'm like, you know, I just kind of miss Stampede. The reason I stayed away from it was because I'm like, oh, it pulls in other mobs, but it's cool on like a boss, right? So whatever hunter I was on, I clicked Stampede instead. And I just thought, I don't know. I guess my point is that I thought it was really fun that like, even though I play lots of different hunters, really just that one talent, that one thing that I wanted to do differently did kind of make the game like a little different for me. And I honestly, I still can't decide whether I like Death Chakram or Stampede better. I guess it depends on the situation, but you know, you can always swap in and out too. So it was just definitely fun the way Hoax said, like, oh, different play styles. You could literally be playing the same class, the same spec, and do something different if you want to, just for funsies. So I do like that aspect of it.
That's part of why I have just accepted Destro Lock as what I play, is because I know Destruction Warlock better than any other class I've tried to play. So I can look at the talents and be like, that doesn't really fit how I play. It's technically the meta, but I'm wasting it by doing it this way. So then I think to myself, do I adjust how I play or do I adjust the talents? And understanding what I'm doing there really helps.
It does. No, I agree with you on that point. And like probably 99% of the times that I'm doing a pug and there's another hunter, they'll have Stampede on. Like I'm in the minority with that Death Chakram thing, but like, you know, like Hoax and you are saying, it's play style entirely, which is pretty cool. I like that they moved away from that awful boring Candeland tree, because that was just the worst shit ever.
Also, by the way, none of us are fucking world first raiders, so you don't need to be a meta slave. It's fine. Play how you want, unless you're doing like dog shit DPS and you get kicked out of every group. Also, Gershom, I want to point out something we haven't talked about on the show is a lot of those Covenant abilities are getting visual reworks so that they fit a little better. Death Chakram does not get a visual rework. It's going to look exactly the same.
Yeah, that's sweet. I actually hadn't heard that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I forget who. It might have been a small YouTuber no one's ever heard of. I don't remember their name. It might have been Dollar on Gaming. It might have been Mr. GM. I don't know. Somebody did a video with the new stuff on it. So I think that's actually in 10.2.5.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay, Allie says, I've enjoyed the story and dragon riding. If I had to pick one thing, it would be the whole dragon riding system and everything that comes with it, that has come with it.
That girl is like a dragon racing master. She has like the gold on like all the races or something. I don't know if I'm giving her too much credit. I know she does all the races. I don't know. I think she gets really high on like all of them. She'll have to reach out and let me know. But I know she loves the dragon racing. I never got the hang of that. I literally just blame my vision. Like you just start going so fast and there's really nothing you can do. Like you can turn off the motion sickness stuff. Yeah, I was just crashing into rocks, things. I was just like, this is silly. This is just not a part of the game I'm going to be able to play. And that's totally fine. There's all kinds of other things for me to do, obviously. So yeah, never got into the dragon racing. But
this might be a dumb question, but are you turning by holding the right click button or are you using the keyboard?
I've tried everything. I turn with my mouse all the time. I play two-handed. I control myself with one hand and then I point up and down and I don't even, I basically play with both hands. But yeah, I turn with my mouse and nothing made any difference. It was just too fast. My reaction times are slow. That's why I'm not allowed to drive, because I see things right as they go past.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so with dragon riding, that doesn't work because it goes past me and I'm like, oh shit, that's not a ring I'm supposed to fly through. That's a rock. Dead.
Do you want to read, wait, I forget who's, you're up next. Do you want to read Craig and Shantyman because they're both kind of short?
Yeah, but will you queue up the button for Craig? You have to.
Sure.
Okay. Craig says, my favorite part was quitting.
Damn it, Craig.
Damn
Dragonflight's
you, Craig.
actually really good, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
For the most part.
He's all for Kata. And then he said he's not going to play Kata Classic or so. Oh my God, what did he say?
That's not his fault. That's not his fault. His kids are being born. He won't be able to.
You know something, Craig, as a ray of hope, aside from the awesome ray of light that is children being born, but you're gonna have a lot of time where those kids are just gonna be laying in the crib gassy as fuck, and you're gonna be tired as fuck but not sleeping because they're crying every 20 minutes, and you might actually get in a lot more WoW time. Like, both you guys are on the eve of being dads, and you're like, I'm not gonna have any time to play. I'm gonna tell you something, you're gonna have a lot more time to play than you realized. Like, I'm just saying, as someone who has 2 children, I was up a lot at all hours of the night. I probably played more WoW after my kids were born than I had ever before that. Like, the doctor's appointments were over, the crib building is over, the room painting is over, the saving, all the shit is over, and then your kids are home and they just don't sleep, which means you don't either. And so you play WoW. So there is a ray of light for you guys on the horizon. There actually may be more time to play WoW than you realize. Anyways,
I'm gonna keep a bassinet next to the computer.
I have a picture of my daughter, like, what's it called when you like snuggie them with the blanket? You like wrap them up like little baby burritos.
Swaddling.
That's the word. Yeah, swaddling. I have a picture of my youngest daughter. All you can see is like her eyes and her hair sticking out, and she's in the bouncer, which you can, by the way, bounce with your foot. Is like a little bouncer chair, and I'm just over here playing WoW and just bouncing her with my foot, just like dunk, 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 and just running through Draenor like I own the joint. So, anyways, also Shantyman says, Dragon goes zoom, give brain happy chemicals. See, a lot of people liked dragon riding for sure. So thanks, Shanty.
And then, Bent, you want to bring us home with immunizations?
Yep. Immunization says dragon riding, talents, consistent flow of content, in particular this current season of M+. I'd be interested to hear why this season specifically. Tweet me.
Tweet you?
That is at Bentolas _outlaw, BENTOLAS.
Don't bother. He's not going to write you back for like 2 months. I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
No,
you're saying...
So they said something, they've been mentioning it on DNR, him and Slide, about just like they feel like it just flows really easy and the affixes aren't that bad. That's kind of going over my head with the language because I don't know what the affixes are, but he just said it's really not that hard, and that even a lot of people in Uno Mas who never do mythics are getting mythics in. I think Aaron said he was doing like some 15s, and Aaron doesn't do mythics. He's like me, like he doesn't do, like he does his pugs and then like raids and like that's it. Like he doesn't do a lot of mythic pluses, and he was getting into some 15s. So yeah, specifics would be great, but I think it's just something about the affixes are just flowing really well this season.
Now, what about us? Personally, my answer, I'm picking 2 answers because it's our show and we can do whatever the hell we want. I'm picking the dragon riding and the talent tree rework because they're both longer term things that are revolutionizing the game. Okay, maybe with the talents, it's more like going back to an older system that was just better. However, it changes how we're playing from here on out. We don't have those boring ass 3 talents per tier thing to pick. And there's not like 5 friggin' levels between them. And the dragon riding led to a revolution that you cannot go back from ever in the form of the dynamic flight. It's just, it was like when they originally implemented flying mounts. You can't go back from that. You just can't. So yeah, those are my answers. How about you guys?
Ben?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with just like the lack of like not having to do chores. It's nice. Like I could just log on, get my vault, and then do whatever I want to do.
Hell
do
yeah.
50. You could do 52 keys in a week. What the fuck? Why don't you
Jesus
tell us
Christ,
why
bro.
Mythic Plus is so great this season? I'm over here yammering on.
I don't know about the affixes. I mean, they're the same. It's. I do think they did a pretty good job of balancing the keys a little bit. especially like towards like the 20 range. I think a lot more people are doing 20s now, just because like if you die or you wipe, like it's not the end of the world like it used to be. You know, there's some outliers, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. That's neat. So for me, so I was probably one of the only lamos that went with like a storyline, like a story trope, but wasn't necessarily thinking about like systems, but I think that's cool. I do like dragon riding, and I do like the talents too a lot. And like, I know we spoke a little bit about the talent tree before when we were going over Host's answer, but like also I just realized that like for probably the first time I was playing a new hunter. It was like one of these, like, I think it was Willis. I was like, when the fuck do I get animal companion? When do I get 2 pets again? And I was just like looking forward into that talent tree, and just, so that's fun. Yeah, I do like the new talents. My favorite story trope was the blue dragons. I went back and I did that again on somebody, and just speaking of like the Sindragosa drink and like how much I hated killing her, and the fact that they brought her back, it was just so cool. Like, it just makes me well up all the time. All Caligos's girlfriends and his cloaca problems, that's all that is. I really like the blue dragonfly and all that. So that was like, then yeah, I guess I agree with everyone else about the systems, except I don't do Mythic Plus. Confess my absolute adoration of the Great Fall. Finally having that like unlocked to casual, enjoying that.
I did really very much enjoy seeing Sindragosa and Malygos be fully themselves again and be reunited. That was a nice little tie-up.
That's a lurker right there.
If there's one thing Blizzard sometimes likes, it's jerking tears. Wait, that sounds dirty.
You just
Whatever.
stole bastard. I was like writing it down. I was gonna make a joke about Blizzard.
I'm sorry.
We tell jokes here. We like to play around.
So I'm gonna throw a new question out there, but it's gonna ride for a few weeks because I don't like feeling like I'm giving our listeners homework. So, new question is, what has not been announced about the War Within that you hope we get anyway? You can put your answers in Discord. If you can find our Discord by going to our website, thrallsballs.com. There'll be a button there to join the Discord. There's also a button to submit feedback. So if you want, you can just throw your answer in there and we'll get it in our email. There is a Spotify Q&A that you can throw it in, or just regular old email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. I also want to throw a little bonus answer out there from me, and this is more like a personal thing, and it's so tiny, but when you have the music playing on the login screen and eventually it swells up to the that part, that just hits me hard because of this was my first BlizzCon that I got to go to, this past one, and just being there in the Warcraft Hall watching Alexstrasza zoom around on the big old projections and hearing that. At the time I was like, oh, that's cool, but then hearing it now, I'm like, oh my god, I miss BlizzCon. That's my bonus answer.
That's the same vibe, dude. We were walking Mahler, and they just had the Orgrimmar music full blast, and I fell down. Like, hearing that shit in surround sound, Orgrimmar like all around you, like that will get you every time. They're masters. Like, yeah, I still get the Dragonflight song like in my head on the bus and just be like, da-na-na, da-na-na, but like to myself because I don't want to look like every other psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope I can go next year. There's going to be collected company stuff happening. Anyway, we still have head of the class to get to. So, head of the class and eater of ass. Anyway.
What is this?
This is Head of the Class. This is a section of the show wherein one person asks 10 trivia questions of the other two. The other two answer in Discord DMs. To get a point, you have to answer the question correctly. If you don't answer correctly, you don't get the point. You have to get 7 out of 10 points correctly to win to be considered head of the class. If neither of you hit that, then the question answerer, in this case, the question asker, in this case, me, wins. However, if both question answerers reach that 7 out of 10, it's whoever did better. If they tie, they tie. we're not going to go through any tiebreakers. So, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Hit
Ready,
me.
Freddy.
All right. So, question the first. First boss. And again, these trivia questions are split between the Valorjar, no, not the Valorjar, the Thorignir Storm Dragons and the Netherwing Dragons. So, first one. The first boss of Halls of Valor calls in storm drakes to try and kill us. What is this boss's name? All right, Bent, you got that correct. His name is Himdall. Gershom, I'm only going to read your answer because you'll hear why in a second. Gershom said Aya, and she spelled it E-I-Y-A. Aya is a content creator.
Oh, weird. That I've heard of that name somewhere before. I was thinking of the lady. You go up to her and you fight all the guys. I don't know. Never mind. Anyways, that's fine.
I know who you're talking about. That's A-Year.
Okay. Yep.
I think
So,
fair warning. This is probably out on
these are difficult questions. This is probably one of the easiest ones. Fun fact, I was trying to get Aya on the show for a while, but then she joined Liquid, and I imagine it got a lot harder after that, so it's probably not going to happen.
I was going to say, I think follows me on Twitter, so.
Really? What the fuck? Where's my follow, Aya? I'm looking this shit up.
Bent doesn't even fucking post nothing on Twitter ever, so.
Because
I'm
I
finding
didn't
this
follow
out
her
live on the
originally,
show.
and all her stuff started showing up.
I don't know. I remember I almost had a heart attack when Tranny actually followed me back. I was like, I'm half like starstruck. Anyways.
Nope, she does not. I don't think just because you're seeing her stuff doesn't mean she's following you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
There is a For You tab on Twitter. That might have been what you were seeing. Not trying to embarrass you or anything here.
No, I thought that's how Twitter works, so, oh well.
Okay, question. It would have been cool, yeah. Question 2. In Outland, Mordenaku appears to us in his visage form. What race does his visage take? And this actually may have been a question on the show before. I'm not sure. All right, so Bent, you said Blood Elf, and Gershom, you said Broken. His visage form is a High Elf. Bent, I'm going to give that to you because fundamentally they're the same. The only difference is a little fell magic, so I'm giving that to you, Bent.
Sweet.
Question 3.
I thought it was too easy. Sorry.
It was technically High Elf. He had the blue eyes, but who cares? Question 3. I don't know if this is pronounced Nithog or Nithog, but whatever. Nithog drops Skull of Nithog for a hidden artifact appearance. Class is this hidden artifact appearance for? Gershom, you are correct.
I didn't get 0.
Bent, you are not. It is a warrior. It is, for the Fury Warrior specifically, there's like little skulls on the thing. Question 4. This is a follow-up to the question about Mordenaku. His visage form uses an alternative name. What is it?
Answer.
Okay, well, that's the show title now. And you said no idea. Gershom, you said Smellynelly. It's actually Mordenai. Mordenai.
His dad be like...
I enjoy that. Okay, I don't know why he bothers changing it, though. Like, who cares? Question 5. Who is the broodmother and matriarch of the Thorignir? And again, those are the storm dragons. Holy shit. All right, Bent got that one. I didn't think either of Gershom, you said you didn't know. Bent said Thrimjaris. That's her name. Or is it Thrimjaris? I don't know. That's her name. Holy shit, dude.
I've done that quest so many times.
Holy shit. All right. Question 6. This is a bit of a softball question. So it's about our grotto Netherwing drakes, the dragon riding mount. There are 2 skin tones that are going to eventually be available because they've been found in the game files. However, for some reason, they were not implemented. What are those skin tones?
How would we... Oh, I don't know. Okay.
I just guessed.
I don't know.
Because of the original Netherwing drakes.
But they're a title for a skin? Like a...
I don't need the exact title for it, just the color. And Bent, your answers are actually the ones we already have. Okay, so it's black and it's like a weird mixture of green and yellow.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think the original Netherwing drakes, they called it Onyx and Viridian or something like that, but I don't know. Okay, question 7.
I was stuck on Storm Drake still. I'm getting confused. I get more confused. Sorry, weeks. Okay.
No, I've been going back and forth. One storm, one nether, one storm, one nether. Oh, I should have been clearer when I'm going back and forth. Question 7, the Storm Drakes. What color is the Valarjar Stormwing mount? Gershom, you're correct. It is like a magenta-ish red color. Gershom got that one right. Bent, you said blue. It isn't.
There are blue
Storm
ones.
Drakes.
Yeah, but the mount that you get, that's the Valarjar rep. So when I was working, I got that. That's how I
There's even a purple one. I have the Island Thunderscale or something, whatever it's, that I think I got from Island Expeditions. I don't remember, but it's even purple. So they're out there. Question 8. This is Netherwing again. What is the name of the NPC who sells Netherwing Drake mounts? And I'll give you a hint. I always thought this was in Shatrath. It apparently isn't. It's on Netherwing Ledge. Who knew?
Over there.
Yeah, you're right. It is a really stupid name.
Dumb. It sounds like a...
Bent said no clue, so if you answer this correctly, you tie him. Even though I don't think either of you can win. You were close, but not close enough. I don't think I can give it to you. His name is Drake Dealer Hurlock. Hurlunk.
Anything weird like that. Oh my god.
It's something.
These are good.
Thank you. Question 9. One should be easy. Vethir is a dragon that we have done a drink about before. He is a storm drake. What color are his scales? Vethir. Vethir. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
What color is his scales?
Yep. Bent, you're correct.
I was gonna say there's no way because I did so many quests with him.
I am giving this to both of you. Bent, you said blue. Gershom, you said transparent blue-white. Because your original answer was he's got lightning scales. And that's true. He's got lightning going all over him. But his scales are like a pale blue. So I'm giving this to both of you.
Both of them were really fun, though, Bent. I remember those.
I like the one where you had to like scale them out.
Yep. And then there's like that weird tower and shit. I'm going to take that Volpigeon. Might be pulling ahead as my favorite.
All right, so this last question, I highly doubt either of you will get because it's so fucking specific. Starting from 0, this is the Netherwing, by the way. Starting from 0 and ignoring the human racial rep bonus, ignoring an extra egg quest that's not part of the dailies, what is the fastest possible time to grind out Exalted with the Netherwing? And this is according to WoWWiki. Bent, either you know something I don't. That's not a time. What? Or are you asking if that's the quest?
Oh, I thought you were asking for the fastest way. The way you said fastest way was like, I thought you meant like...
No, the fastest possible time is what... Yeah.
What do you mean? Like what kind of answer? Because fastest time...
There is a minimum amount of time it will take. What is that time?
Man, I gave...
Yeah. I was going to ask if you know something I don't, or if that was just your guess.
Shot in the dark.
Okay. Believe it or not, the fastest possible time you can get, starting from 0, ignoring human racial rep bonus, and an extra egg quest that isn't part of the dailies, fastest you can do this is 14 days. It's the biggest pain in the ass rep grind. Yeah.
And I did that so long ago, I guess I forgot the...
I remember being pissed off. I don't remember how long it took me.
Well, it's probably something you do for a couple hours a week, and then you go do other one.
I don't know. I spent hours and hours running around grabbing eggs. I was on a PvP server, so a lot of times I either shit-canned someone else or got shit-canned myself trying to grab the eggs.
I just remember doing lilies out on that weird island. This is like lining up with childbirth. It was so long anymore.
Right? Okay, so... Final score is Bent had 4, Gershom had 3. Neither of you hit that 7 out of 10, so I win. I am head of the class. You're both eating ass, so I guess we all win. Yeah.
According to us, we're winners.
Right. Everybody's a winner. All right, so final thoughts, you guys?
Everybody's a winner. I'm so good for my wallet. It's good for my brain. I swear that's what I'm going to keep telling myself.
I guess my final thought is I fucking love the Netherwing.
My final thought was Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Yeah, it's been a full
All
week.
right.
We're in 2024. Have you guys
Yeah.
written the date thing yet? Not.
I haven't had any reason to write the date.
Fair enough.
not
Everything's
yet.
electronic now. Yeah, I haven't either. I
Yeah.
don't think I was like, when would I write the dumb question?
No, it's not. Because it's every year. You end up writing the year wrong and you have to scribble it out. Anyway,
You know what? I lied. I did. So my lock screen at work, I always use the year as part of it, and I read for the month, and I did pretty. So I actually did do the year.
wop wop.
Womp.
All right, everybody, we are going to go ahead and get on out of here. Go ahead and follow us in the places. I am at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky. I promise I'll get around to using Blue Sky. They changed the icon. It's a butterfly now. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, on Twitter and Blue Sky, and at Hunter Gershom, Gerrrshom, on Instagram. Bent is at Bentolas_outlaw on Twitter, Bentolas. And the show, of course, is at Thrall's Balls Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And again, just like I said last week, I can't say how active or not the show's going to be on any of those except Twitter. You can email us at thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com with any feedback. Leave us a review in the Spotify Q&A or on iTunes. 2 other ways you can leave a review. Go to thrallsballs.com and you can submit one anonymously. You can also join our Discord server from the website where we have a separate channel for reviews. But until next week, y'all, bye. We love you. Be good.
Swingers.